Ladies and gentlemen, you teach people how to treat you is more than a sentence. It is a life rule, a silent truth, and an emotional mirror that reflects the relationship you have with yourself. This title means that every action you tolerate, every boundary you set, every disrespect you ignore, and every value you hold becomes a lesson for others. People respond not to who you are, but to what you allow. They watch how you speak to yourself, how you protect your peace, and how you react to mistreatment. Eyes, every no, every moment of silence, every act of self-respect. It all becomes a classroom where you are the teacher and the world learns from you. If you honor yourself, people will learn to honor you. If you shrink yourself, people will step over you. This title is a reminder that your life, your relationships, and your emotional well-being are shaped by the standards you set and the courage you show to enforce them. People study your behavior more than your words. Every time you allow disrespect, you silently teach others that your boundaries can be crossed. Every time you protect your peace, you teach them that your value is non-negotiable. Life is a mirror, it reflects what you permit. When you take a stand for your dignity, you raise the standard for how others must treat you. And when you walk away from what hurts you, the world finally understands that your heart is not a playground, is a sacred space. When you truly know your worth, you stop begging for love, respect, and attention. You no longer tolerate half-hearted conversations or one-sided relationships. Your sense of value becomes a filter. Anyone who cannot meet your standard automatically disqualifies themselves. You teach people that your presence is a privilege, not an obligation. When you honor yourself, you reshape your entire world. Your silence is powerful, but dangerous when used in the wrong moments. Silence during disrespect becomes permission. Silence during manipulation becomes acceptance. You don't need to shout to defend your worth. Sometimes a calm, firm, I don't accept this, can reshape the entire dynamic. When you speak your truth with grace, you teach the world that even your quiet voice has limits that cannot be crossed. Boundaries are not walls, they're doors with locks, and you hold the key. When you say no, you are not being rude, you are honoring your energy. You are teaching people the correct way to approach you with respect. A person who loves you will respect your boundaries. A person who only benefits from you will fight them. Your boundaries reveal who truly belongs in your life. You cannot control what others say or do, but you can control what you allow in your life. Every acceptance becomes a message, this is okay for me. When you stop accepting chaos, it stops entering your life. When you stop accepting mistreatment, it stops repeating itself. Your power lies not in changing people, but in choosing what you participate in. There is nothing more powerful than quietly walking away from what threatens your peace. This is not weakness. It is emotional maturity. You teach the world that your soul is too precious to be handled carelessly. Your walk away is not abandonment, it is a declaration. I choose myself. And every time you choose yourself, your value multiplies. You are the first teacher in your life. If you speak to yourself with kindness, people will mirror it. If you honor your needs, others will respect them. If you carry yourself with confidence, people will follow your lead. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every relationship you will ever have. You teach people how to love you by loving yourself first. In the final truth of it all, your entire life becomes a mirror of what you allow, what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you refuse to confront. The world studies you long before it speaks to you. People watch how you respond to pain, how you handle disrespect, how you guard your heart, how you value your time, how carry your soul through dark seasons. And every response you give becomes a lesson. Every silence becomes a message. Every boundary becomes a rule. You teach people how to treat you, not in one moment, not in one argument, but in every single interaction you choose to endure or rise above. You are not born knowing your worth. You grow into it. The problem is that you discover it the hard way through heartbreaks that shatter you, through friendships that fade the moment you stop giving, through relationships that survive only when you abandon yourself, and through moments when the world feels too heavy because you've been carrying everyone else's expectations except your own. And in those moments, something inside you breaks quietly, silently, and profoundly, but that same crack also becomes the opening for the truth to enter. And the truth is this: you cannot expect others to respect a value you haven't claimed within yourself. You cannot expect others to handle you with care when you have not shown them what care looks like. You cannot expect loyalty from people when you continue to tolerate inconsistency. You cannot expect gentleness from those you allow to walk in with chaos. You cannot expect love from those you've trained to treat you like an option. And you cannot expect peace while you keep doors open to those who thrive in your emotional storms. The world adjusts itself to your level of self-respect. When your standards rise, people either rise with them or they fall away. When you stop explaining your worth, the wrong people stop asking. When you protect your peace, the wrong people stop visiting. When you choose yourself, the wrong people stop choosing you. And that is not a loss, that is alignment. That is life removing what cannot go with you into a healthier version of yourself. People do not destroy you suddenly. They destroy you slowly through the things you let slide, through the apologies you never receive, through the broken promises you learn to accept, through the disrespect you start ignoring because it feels easier than confrontation, and through the pain you swallow because you're afraid of losing people. But every time you choose them over yourself, you lose a piece of your own identity. Every time you forgive without healing, you shrink. Every time you stay silent in the name of peace, you create a war inside your own heart. And every time you say, it's okay, when it's not, you train them to treat you as if your emotional world doesn't. You are the first teacher in your life. If you speak to yourself with kindness, people will mirror it. If you honor your needs, others will respect them. If you carry yourself with confidence, people will follow your lead. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every relationship you will ever have. You teach people how to love you by loving yourself first. In the end, remember this truth: you are the author of how others treat you. Every boundary you set, every no you speak, every disrespect you refuse, every step you take toward your own worth, you are shaping the way the world responds to your presence. People do not define your value. You define the value you accept, your silence, your standards, your courage, and your choices become a living demonstration of your self-respect. You teach people through the way you walk, talk, love, heal, and rise after being hurt. And when you finally choose yourself, your peace, your dignity, your emotional well-being, you shift your entire life. So walk forward with clarity, protect your heart with wisdom, honor your soul with truth, and never forget the moment you decide how you will be treated, the world learns to follow your lead. Because your life changes not when others change, but when you choose to never shrink again.